afternoon, happy crafters. I hope you're all well. Just before I get into the live studio, you're probably wondering why you can't see me. Unfortunately, I've had some work done on my mouth, and it's not very pleasant to see or look at. So we're going to be doing the studio from head on only. Maybe you might see me when I say goodbye. I have got a new haircut as well, which is super cool, which I'm in love with. But at the moment, my face is suffering, so we're going to go straight into the demo. Now, you're all probably wondering, why on earth are you doing your demo when you've got a funny mouth? If I'm anything to go by, like you guys are at home, craft, you know, just helps. So I'm really excited to do my studio today because it'll take my mind off it. It'll make me get on with it and stop moaning about it. So here I am today. So in studio today, I'm going to be using these two things. I'm going to be using the rose cluster and the rose cluster coordinating die. Now, a lot of you probably will already have these. We launched these about 2 months ago. There are lots of demonstrations on them, and on the back you have your fabulous QR code which will enable you to go to all the tutorials that have been made using these specific products. Please don't turn off if you haven't got these products. You can buy them if you want to. They are available on our website. All you need to do is go to the search engine on our website and pop in FBL, and that will take you to all the products that we've used in the last few studios. However, if you have something in your stash that will work as well, please use that. It's the techniques that we do these tutorials for. So if you pick up a technique and you can use it with somebody else's products, then that's absolutely fine also. So it's just a case of having a good time with whatever you've already got. If you like the products, that's brilliant, but you know, you can use what you've got at home. So a couple of things I just want to tell you about before I do move on to this demonstration. I'm just going to be talking to you while I just get ready for the first demonstration. So when we did our free members gift a few weeks ago, a lot of you became Stamp Club members over on our website, which was fabulous. And we have had a massive uplift in people joining our club. And albeit the club's fabulous, you can get your discounts and things like that, we have got a whole host of brand new club members. So to say thank you for joining the club and to show you that it truly is worth joining the club here at Stamps by Me, I've put on a mystery bag for club members. Now, you do have to be a club member. The bag is £10 and you will get guaranteed, there is no other products other than stamps and dies in the bag. So you will get 2 A5 stamps and 2 dies. The products in the bags may vary. I can't guarantee you will all get the same, but it is an outstanding value, £10 for 4 of those items. You're looking at nearly 50 or £60 worth of products in there. So if you are a club member and you would like to try some of our new things, some of our earlier products, this is a great opportunity for you to do that. And if you do buy them and you've already got one of the lovely stamps or one of the lovely dies, then this is a time to maybe think about friends for Christmas and things like that. So if you go to our website and pop in FBL into the search engine, the mystery bag is there. All I will say to you guys is it's 1 per Stamp Club member. Please don't pop more than 1 in your basket. We do have a limited amount and it is to say thank you. It's nothing more than just to say thank you. So please don't pop any more than the 1 in your basket. I would hate for anybody to miss out because somebody's bought 5. Okay, so that's the great thing I wanted to tell you about today. Also, the second thing I wanted to tell you about today is, I don't know if you've noticed, but Christmas is around the corner for us here at Stamps by Me, and it's launching on Create and Craft on the 10th of June, and it's a 12-day promotion on there. And basically what that means is lots of companies are going to be on there promoting their Christmas launch. Now, we have been allocated our Christmas times, and I will confirm them closer to the time, but I just wanted to tell you that as from tomorrow we will be doing sneak peeks of our Christmas range, and let me tell you, it's very different, very, very different to anything you've probably seen before. Not your traditional Christmas, and not a take on something else that's been done before. Completely different, which I'm super excited about. So that's enough of waffling for me. We're going to do 2 cards in demonstration today. So I've changed the card size today, and I've done this like DL length one just to be a little bit different. And I've done one in grey, with a white matten layer, and I've done one in white with a grey matten layer. What we're going to do is same core colours for both cards, but we're just going to swap it up a little bit. So this will be the topper for this card, and this will be the topper for this card, like so. So we're going to do the one take on two different coloured cards. So these are the two products in show. And what's great about this rose cluster one is the variation of flowers in there are all pointing different ways. So if you want to create a wreath or a corner or build something yourself, you can do that because they're not all flat flowers. That didn't sound very well, did it? Flat flowers. You've got some which are on the side, you've got some looking up towards the sun, and you've got some that are actually in full bloom. So that's the great thing about these, so you can build, and that's what we're going to do today. But we're going to build in colour waves, something a little bit different. So I think what we'll do is we will go with, let's first of all stamp the stamp so you can see exactly what I mean. So I'll just set these aside. And what I'm going to use is, because we're using a bit of watercolouring, we're going to use the VersaFine. This is a waterproof ink, and this allows us to colour without any nasty bleed in there. So I'm just grabbing a piece of watercolour card today. I am using watercolour card, and if you're using normal card at home, that is okay too. Just make sure you don't overwork the water because the cardstock will pill. With watercolour card, it gives you that movability to try and move colour around and things like that. You do get a better result, but try it with your normal cardstock first. If it's something you love, you can progress into the more expensive watercolour card if you wish. So when you get the stamp, it obviously comes in the wallet, which you can store in your stuff. So these are all the stamps on here. So I'll stamp one of the flowers. We'll stamp the large one. I'll just pop it face down on there like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp some of the leaves, because I need some of the leaves for my demonstration, for the fillers, should we say. So I'll just set that aside. I'm going to just stamp this one out in black so you can see how lovely it is. So lots of lovely colour on there. Give it a good old stamp down. Because you've got a slight texture to the watercolour card as well, you might have to stamp it twice, but we'll see how we get on. And that's stamped absolutely fine. I'm happy with that one. So I'm just going to remove these from here. The great thing as well about this stamp set is the coordinating dies go around everything. You know, sometimes we can't get the dies in the packet to cover all of the products, all of the stamps within. With this one, it actually does cover it all, which is fabulous. So you don't have to think about fussy cutting at all with this one. So I'm not going to colour the large flower head because I have, as you've seen, done that ahead of time, but I am just going to colour these three little ones here. And to go with my project that I've already coloured, I'm just going to use a nice grey. So on this one I have Hickory Smoke, which is the Tim Holtz one. And I'm just going to colour the leaves grey. Here is another one I coloured earlier. You see this one here? So I'm going to colour the leaves on both of these quite quickly. So this is a water-based ink, so you can watercolour with it. I'm just popping some onto the lid of my Eureka. Just grab a paintbrush. And then I'm just going to pick some of the lovely grey up. Now remember, it always dries back lighter. So if you pop it on and it's dark, which that is pretty dark, don't forget it always does dry back lighter. So you're probably thinking, oh my goodness me, grey leaves, that's a bit. But you know, sometimes it is good to practice and play with different coloured inks and things, because albeit most flowers are bright and beautiful, sometimes just by swapping the colour just that little bit gives you a completely different look, which is fabulous. I'm not being over careful, just getting a little bit of colour down there. And we'll just do these ones on here too. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you had just tuned in, welcome to the lovely channel. We have a great time on our YouTube channel every Monday and every Wednesday at 4. And it's just a place where you can come and maybe get some ideas for how to create some amazing cards or projects, but also to pick up some inspiration if you've lost your mojo, or maybe you've even bought our products and you're not sure how you can get the most out of them. This is the place to come in and see. Right, so they're fine. So let's go ahead and cut these out with the coordinating die. So I just set this one aside. So I'm using my cut and boss today, albeit I have got a snap in the studio as well, but you can use whatever you want, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and cut round these flowers. So when you get them home, that's the round one. You just have to pop them on until you're happy they're in position. Once they're in position, you can secure them down with some low tack tape. See, of course I've taken all of these out of the packet. I'm not sure which one goes with which, so it's going to be a case of, there we go. Keep spinning until you find it's the right one. Then when you're happy you've got it in place, bob it down with some low tack tape. I'll just get a little bit more tape for that one. It is important that you do try and get into the habit of taping your dies down, albeit practice what you preach, because sometimes what happens is they run over the die at the side and ruin your dies. So has anybody been doing anything nice today? I know, unfortunately, I can't see all the lovely comments that you all talk about whilst I'm in studio. But has anybody been doing anything nice today? Any crafting or anything? You know, let us know what you've been up to. If you have been crafting, get your makes posted over on our Eureka fan page. We love to see what everybody's doing. Certainly I do anyway. It proper cheers me up. You know, not that I'm a whinge or moan about a lot of things. I'm quite a upbeat, happy person. Got a lot going on at the moment, and I love to see people's makes. It really does cheer me up. So, oh, nearly done. This is why I went ahead and cut the other ones before I went live to air, because it is pretty boring watching me tape things down. So thank you for your patience, if nothing else. So pop that on there like so. That's a bit close for that one, I think. I'm going to go for it anyway. I think we'll leave that last one. Don't think I'll use it. So let's go ahead and run this through the machine. Make sure it's all flat. And then we can start to build the core element of our card. Now the watercolour card that I'm using here is my own watercolour card. And this will be with you imminently. I know I keep saying that every studio, but it is ready and it is on its way. And as soon as we do get notification that it is here, I will let you know. I will send it out in a newsletter, so you're all up to speed with what's going on. So then when you die cut them out, it's just a case of popping all the elements out of there, and you get this lovely 1mm border around your artwork, which is fabulous. Look at that. So just a fabulous way, an alternative way of making cards that are different to everyone else, because you will never build one card the same. And that's why I absolutely love the idea of building your own, being able to build your own. So I'm just popping these ones around, the ones that were coloured on here, some extra pieces, because I have a funny feeling I'm going to need these ones to fill the card. The card is quite a long card today, so I'm going to need this extra foliage to fill those spaces. run this one through too. So for those of you that are watching and maybe not actually purchased your free members gift, the free members gift is still available. So if you haven't had the opportunity to get the gift, please make sure you do. It is there for you, and I would hate for anybody to miss out. So please pop on and just, it is absolutely free. So let's pop these little last elements out and then we can construct our lovely card. There we go. So I can see a lot of you are buying the mystery bag, and I've had a few questions, so I'm just going to answer those questions. So some of the questions are, what size stamp will you get? You will get a full size A5 stamp set, okay? It won't be a tiny little sentiment that's got happy birthday on. It's a full A5 stamp set, okay? You'll also get full size dies also. So the questions are, what size are they? They are full size. There are no minis in there. The second question is, you don't have to be, do we have to be a member for the free gift? You don't have to be a member, no. All you need to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel and to our newsletter to receive the free gift. That is all you need to do. Okay, any more questions? I think we're up to speed with that one. So yep, you get full size products within that bag, and it's a great opportunity to grab something maybe for yourself. If there's something in there for yourself, split the bag in two, one for a friend and one for yourself. But it's just basically to say thank you to all the new members who have joined the Stamps by Me members club, because it is a fabulous place to be and you do get a lot of discounts in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to move, because we've done the green one, we're going to start with the green one. So like I said earlier, I've got this piece of grey cardstock scored and I've put some white card on there, and then what we're going to do is when we've constructed this one, we're going to pop it on top there with that lovely white crisp border. But before we do that, we need to create some depth and dimension on the base of this card. And I find that the simplest way is, if you've got stencils you can do, but just a bit of blending around the edge brings your artwork to life. So let's just clear the station so you can all see exactly what I'm doing. So this is the, let's just clean this off. This is the dauber that I used on last show through the stencil, and because it's got black on, that's fabulous because I'm going to use a little bit of the black. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this black over this corner, just very lightly, so it casts a shadow in this top right corner. And I'm just doing it lightly, trying my best not to get those horrid lines, albeit they are very difficult to avoid. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it around and I'm just going to pop a little bit in this bottom corner too. Just a little bit though. Can you see that there? So we've created like a little bit of a shadow that's just going to be the background to house the flowers. So what I'm also going to do on there is we're going to add some, let's get these here first of all before I start getting all arty with everybody. So I'm just going to use some large pads and we're going to get something together. So how I always build my artwork is I always place it down first and then I build on it from there. So I pop my artwork onto my cardstock, can we see there? And if I'm completely happy with it, then we'll move on from there. So pop the elements in. And this is what I was saying about this, like this bud here is on its side and this one's open. So you can pop it behind and it looks like it's creeping. Does that make sense? And then you've got your fillers. Or you can just have one. let's just play around and see which looks the best. I'm sure you're all shouting at camera going, no, 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 you're spoiling it, you're spoiling it. And I always ensure that I always cut lots of like extra fillers on there. And what that does is then it brings your artwork together. So I'm quite happy with the construction of that one, you know, but like I say, you can cut and colour as many as you like. I will push that back slightly, or what I might do is, because of that bit of a dark area, I just want the haze, I might just pop a little bud in there or something. We'll see how it goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this one flat and then build from there. So I'm just using a bit of the lovely pin flare on there. And then with the big one, I'm going to pop it on top. Let's just move this one down a little bit like so. And then you can just go in ahead and build however your eye takes you, really. You know, we are not florists, we don't know how to do these things, but I think you've got a good eye for just trying. Let's just move this one around a little bit. That's okay. And then this bottom one, I think I'm going to pad this one. And then we're going with our little elements. And then these little ones, don't think because you've done them you have to use them, because that's not the case, but you could if you wanted to. I will pop that in there just to get rid of that harsh black line. Like so. And then what I did was I stamped Live, Love This Life, but I didn't have coordinating cardstock to go with the flowers. So what I did was I grabbed a piece of paper, just say for instance a piece of white paper, and the elements that the pen that I used to colour those elements, I just got the pen and I scribbled it on in a block like so, and then I got my sentiment and stuck it on top, and then I just cut round it with my scissors. So I have this lovely like die cut element here which is going to fit on my card, and the colour there is going to coordinate with my flowers. So it's just a great alternative if you don't have matching cardstock. I'm just being asked a question, just 1 second, ladies and gents. Okay, so I'm being asked, is there a die for the May members gift? Is that right? And the May members gift for Create and Craft or Stamps by Me? Okay, so with the Stamps by Me one and Create and Craft one, there is a die for both. So we planned in a die on one of our members gifts, and you absolutely loved it. So there will be more. The May gift has an outline die, and our own has an outline die. So I'm just popping some pads behind this sentiment here. So you can pop, you can pop it wherever you wanted. I'm quite, I like my artwork to be not centralised. I like to be quite quirky, but it's entirely up to yourselves. And then all I'm going to do here is just pop some clear gems around here, just around the sentiment area. I'm not going to overload it, I don't want it to be too blingy, but I do like a little bit of detail on there. Okay, so I'll just leave it with 3 for now. So the glue that I'm using for this project is the bookbinding glue by Pinflair. Okay, this is one of my go-to glues, but as you can see on my table, I have a whole host of glues going on, and I use them all for different things. Precision tip for fine detail, for thick cardstock, for cardstock and paper, and bookbinding's just super strong and gives you a little bit of movability. So I have a love affair with glue, unfortunately, but use whatever you've got in your stash. It probably will work. So let's get this onto our card front. That was one of my elements flying off. Pop that back in. I do like to put lots of glue on. Normally I do tape and glue. Make sure it doesn't drop to bits. And then when you're absolutely happy, when you pop that border on, can you see how that black little bit of shadow there has really made your artwork pop? So you probably didn't think it needed it when it was just as a standalone, but now that it's actually there on the card, can you see that there? So that's like an olive green and grey coloured card in a different shape. So let's go ahead and do the same concept but in more floral colours so you can see the 2 different ones. So I'll just get this piece of paper here. And then we've got this another piece of card. So the last one was on grey and this one's going to be on white. And let's grab a pink for this one. So we used grey on the last one, so for this one we'll use picturesque. No, we won't because it's quite bright, but we'll use abandoned coral. So all I'm going to do is just put my dauber in there, just take the excess off here, and then just run it over this top corner here. It's very lightly, trying my best to avoid those horrid lines. And I'll turn my cardstock round and pop some in this corner. You could do the blending all the way around if you wanted to. Like so. So I'm just going to leave that as just a little bit of colour. And then let's get this one constructed this time. So here we are with some corally pink colours and some green elements. I did do these ahead of time before coming to air. So let's try and, should we try and maybe try a different one? So in the set, can you see here, you get the 3 cluster, which is fabulous. So I think we'll go with the 3 cluster on that one and the big one down here this time. And then we've got the build ones as well. So let's build something. Sorry, not very much in shot there. And then our green elements as well, we will pop in and I think we'll just do a little bit of a different arrangement this time. So I think we'll go with that one. I have a little grey one here as well, which we could pop in as well, just to finish, like so. So I can see I've got a little bit of space here, and I have got a stamp set which we used last week in studio, and it's got the word amazing. So I am going to try and get the word amazing in there. I'm just going to go for it with an acrylic block today. So I'm just going to place the stamp face down on my mat, let it settle, then pick it up, and I know it's straight then. Get lots of ink on there because obviously we've not got the facility to repeat the stamping process, so I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of ink on there. Make sure my artwork is absolutely straight. 2 hands on the block, give it a good squidge if you can. There we go. So let's go ahead and build. So we've got this flat one here. Pop this green one right behind. It's just poking up onto the A there. Pop a pad behind this one. A little bit of glue behind this one. Pop a pad on this one. So this is just a different way of setting up your arrangement really, so it's down to trial, see what works. I mean, I don't think there is a wrong way. As long as you've enjoyed yourself, I think that's all that matters. Pop that so it's creeping onto the G. I'll give it a second to adhere. Let's pop some gems around this one. What we'll do though this time is the other ones were clear. And on this one we will pop some clear ones, but they are the sparkly ones. And these are just your everyday gems. So you could pop a gem in the centre of the flower if you really wanted to, be different. In fact, we will do that, we'll go for that rather than round. Let's get out of the norm. Super sparkly, this one. I'll pop this onto our card front. Just move everything out of the way. And then this one's got the grey tone behind, so this will make the pink on the corner pop this time. So when you're happy you've got it all in place, give it a good old push. There we have 2 completely different cards, completely different to probably how you've used your rose cluster collection before. There is no right or wrong way, please just give it a try. You know, these things are fabulous, they are there to encourage you to pick up your products and have a play. So I am back in studio on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. I hope you can join me. Check out the hair, I'm a little bit blonde now, so I'll be in the studio at Wednesday. Please give these cards a try. It'd be amazing to see what you all can do with them. And if you haven't got the products, you can pop onto the website and check them out, but you might have something in your stash that will work already. I will see you all next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Have a great evening, whatever you're doing. Take care. Bye.